Okay, so here we are. I don't think anyone has done this yet, so let me be the first. Ahem. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, BeLive. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, BeLive. I am so excited to be here and to be a part of this platform. My name is Jenn Lederer. I'm a motivational speaker and leadership coach for creative entrepreneurs. I am also the host of the show Weekly Alignment, that is streamed live every Wednesday through the BeLive.tv platform that I love so much. And then I repurpose it in all of the ways that people have been talking about. But today, thank you. Today, what I'm here to talk about is how to prepare for a kick-ass interview. And so much of what you've been hearing today are people talking about how bringing other people onto your platform and having interviews is such a great way to expand your reach really organically. So I just want to go over my favorite ways for shining through interviews and helping the person that you are interviewing shine as well. So let's get started. As you are watching, I would love to know where you are from. Where are you watching this from? Because we have like a worldwide audience right now, and that is very exciting. So here we go. Step one, help your guest shine in a new way. So what do I mean by that? Oftentimes, the people who get interviewed a lot, okay? So they are answering the same questions in the same order, the same way all the time, and they get bored. And if the people talking are bored, guess what? Your audience is gonna be bored as well. So how do we fix that? How do we make you somebody that people seek to be interviewed by? If you think about somebody like Oprah, if you think about somebody like Joe Rogan, if you think about the people that you love listening to their interviews, one of the first things that makes them so lovable is them. So your light is what shines a light on the person that you are interviewing. So think about it as inviting somebody into your home. How would you want them to feel? How would you want your audience to feel? The way you show up to the interview is going to set the tone. So the first thing you want to do is have a pre-conversation with the person that you are going to interview, just to make sure you guys are on the same page. Also, so you can get a little bit of information from them. I have maybe a 5-minute conversation with the people that I talk to. Number one, so we can get clear on the narrative. Number two, so they have an understanding of what Weekly Alignment is. Weekly Alignment's tagline is your source of accidental inspiration. I believe that you can find your breakthrough through laughter, right? Wellness and growth and transformation doesn't always have to be so serious. So I let my guests know that this is a place to be casual. This is a place to have fun. And it's also a place for you to approach your topics differently. I'll give you an example. Last week, I interviewed a fitness instructor who's on a TV show, and she was pregnant during the last filming of the show. So obviously she has spoken a lot about how to lose weight, her beliefs around it. But what I wanted to know was, what was her experience being on TV, pregnant, gaining weight, expanding while helping other people lose weight? And she's somebody that has been in immaculate shape like all her whole life. She's been in such killer shape. So the way that I wanted to approach the interview was a little differently than how other people have interviewed her. And because I do that, because I take 5 minutes to talk to them and look at what's going on and look at them as a whole person, instead of just their tagline, instead of just their takeaway, that helps me get curious about how many different ways could I approach this interview so it's interesting for them. I cannot tell you how. I would say probably 90% of the people that I interview at the end of the interview say, Jenn, thank you so much for the interesting questions, for not asking me the same things over and over again. And that all happens because I talk to them beforehand. You also want to send a what to expect email to your guest, especially if you're using something new like BeLive. There's a lot of people who are like, I don't know this platform. I don't know how it works. So again, you are inviting somebody into your home. Your light is shining on them. So you have to let them know how to shine. Let them know this is the exact thing. I let people know what the best lighting is, what the best microphone is, so they look good, right? I want my guests to look good and feel good when they're on my show. And remember, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Again, think of all of the people that you love listening to their interviews. It's not because they are asking the perfect questions, it's because of how they interact with the person that they are talking to. So the second tip that I want to give you guys, use Jimmy Fallon's intro template, okay? This is the template that everybody in late night uses. Everybody, most of the professional interviews that I listen to or watch, when they introduce the guest, say their name last. So oftentimes you'll hear people say, so my next guest is Jenn Lederer. You may have seen her on stages. You may have seen her on Weekly Alignment, blah, blah, blah. So they've said my name first and then they give my bio. You want to give the bio first. So you'll hear Jimmy Fallon say, my next guest has been seen on blockbusters such as blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. She has an upcoming film coming out on October 20th. Please welcome guest name. Okay, that's a little shift, but it is such an important detail for sounding professional because it's how people are actually used to hearing it subconsciously. Also, people forget names, right? I mean, how many people, I meet somebody and 5 seconds later, I'm like, ooh, what's their name again? So just logistically helping your audience out, say the person's name last. You will sound more professional. Subconsciously, they're like, oh yeah, that's how an intro usually goes. And they're more likely to remember the person's name. The third piece that I want to give you, the third piece of advice that's really important is listen. Listen to what they are saying. So I'm based in New York City, and prior to my coaching life, I was a talent manager representing actors for film and TV. Before that, I was a dancer and performer, and I sang at the top of the show. I'm a singer. And, you know, there is so much about listening in the acting world. The art of acting is about listening. It's not about waiting for your chance to talk. So there are so many times that I will watch an interview and they've asked a question and somebody gave an incredible answer, like with nuggets all over the place. And the person does not react or resonate or talk about or shine a light on any of what that person just said because they're so busy trying to get to the next question that they prepared. So there's a balance, right? You want to prepare the conversation based on the narrative that you guys talked about in that pre-conversation, but you also please leave the space for the conversation to shift and change and move organically, because then you are listening and you are actually engaged in the conversation instead of, oh, Emily, that wall behind you looks really inspiring. Thank you. So you've got to listen. There are so many times that I see people and hear people miss a really awesome opportunity to shine a light on what that person just said because they're so obsessed with the timeline and questions that they've laid out. Scratch a question, go in a different direction. You will have such an organic and usually a lot more inspiring conversation, because when we let things channel, when we let the energies just start moving through us, you know, we just give it up to source and all of a sudden the conversation became way better than you could have ever imagined. So logistically, you want to be talking to your guest prior to the show. Let them know what your narrative is, get an understanding of what their narrative is, so you guys are on the same page. Send them a logistical what to expect email. Here's exactly what to do so you are comfortable, so you feel confident, so you look good, and then introduce them like a pro, right? Name last, bio first, name last, and then listen. Listen up. People are always giving incredible nuggets of information that you'll miss if you're obsessed with sticking to the questions that you have laid out. Yeah, Troy, so these tips can be implemented immediately. That's what I like to give. I prefer to give tips that can be like chewed on and noshed on immediately. So if you guys want to learn more about me, about how I serve my clients, you can go to jennlederer.com/services to shine online. I work with creative entrepreneurs to help them shine online and on stage. You can also go there to get my 5 tips for shining online, totally free. Just enter your name and email on jennlederer.com/services. Hilda says, great information. Thanks. That's awesome. Andy says, great tips, Jen. I'm loving that this is resonating with all of you. So if you guys have any questions, I think I have a couple more minutes with you guys before our next guest comes on. Raven, I see her ready to go. She's looking fabulous. I can't wait for you guys to see her. So let me know if you guys have any questions. And of course, head over to jennlederer.com/services to learn more about how you can work with me and how I can help you shine online. So until next time, you guys, be inspired. Raven, take it away.